What's up everyone, it's Sonic Fan here, and today I am doing, sadly, the final top 5 in this year's Resident Evil Marathon. Today I will be counting down my top 5 favorite moments of Resident Evil Code Veronica, specifically Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Now, unlike Resident Evil 0, where I literally only put the important scenes in the top 5 slot due to nothing happening in the story, this game has a story that's constantly evolving and is personally my favorite Resident Evil story. So you best bet I had a variety of options to choose from, and some other favorite moments of mine that didn't even make it due to me absolutely loving these picks that I've chosen. So with that said, let's start talking about them. Oh, and spoiler alert. Hey everyone, the Sonic Fan here, and real quick, I just wanted to announce an exciting Resident Evil project I've been working on. If you guys aren't familiar with the app Storyfire, it's an app where you can create videos via written or video created. And for the past 5 weeks, I've been writing a Resident Evil fan story called Resident Evil Treachery. Set in between the events of Resident Evil 1 and 2, this story follows a group of 4 police officers on a bus transferring 4 infamous criminals when, without giving away too much, things go awry and the bus crashes. Now having to catch the 4 escapees, each of the characters end up in a seemingly abandoned house where evil awaits all of them. I was trying to be as vague as possible to avoid spoiling anything, but that's the gist of the story, and since the story takes place earlier in the timeline, I tried to make it as claustrophobic, tense, and horrific as possible so it can have a style reminiscent of the earlier titles in the series. Another thing I also like about it is, at first the story feels very disconnected from the universe of Resident Evil, but as it slowly progresses, it reveals more and more connections to the main universe. From a characterization and plot standpoint, I actually think I did an alright job of this one, and my skills as a writer are slowly improving. But there's still much more to learn before I potentially one day become an author, so if you would be so kind, it would mean the world to me if you were to check it out and give me some feedback. Also, if you're a fan of Resident Evil, like me, then I think there'd be some enjoyment to be had reading it. Who knows, maybe you'll even really enjoy it. The link to it will be in the description. Anyways, let the video commence. Coming in at number 5 is Wesker and Chris's final confrontation that basically serves as the final climax of the game despite it being unplayable. That doesn't do anything against my boy Wesker, that's so cool. Yeah, I love these two so much. These two's rivalry is like one of my favorite parts of the series.
Sure, I'm not human anymore, but just look at the power I've gained.
I don't know if it's because I'm a huge fan of Veronica or if it's because these two's rivalry is one of my favorite parts of the series, but there's something about this fight scene that just makes me love it so much. Well, it's kind of a stretch to call this a fight scene due to Wesker absolutely mopping the floor of Chris. Not only does this scene show off Wesker's new raw strength, but it's also the first these two have ever clashed, now that I think about it, with the exception of their first encounter in the game. And the entire fight ends with a chilling note of Wesker promising to end Chris once and for all the next time they meet after they're separated by flaming debris. This scene is climactic and pretty entertaining, and it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Alexia's full transformation, which comprises of both the first fight with her and the final one. Oh my god. Oh, she's flying now. As we make it through the entire game, figuring out everything both Alfred and Alexia worked for was to make Alexia's body suitable for the T Veronica virus, you witness her transformation in a pretty epic FMV cutscene. After that, you're put into an epic duel with the newly mutated goddess, which makes for a pretty good boss fight. However, after the fight and a bit of exploring, you and Claire are finally able to leave when your escape is stopped by a newly mutated Alexia, which leads to another amazing boss fight comprised of 3 stages of Alexia mutating more and more. Then you finally have to put her down with a laser gun that completely annihilates her. Nothing much to say here. Not only is Alexia's transformation one of my favorite Resident Evil mutations, but the boss fight with her are pretty good, both boss fights. And that's why Alexia's transformation takes the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 is Alfred's death.
Alexia. Alexia. You're finally awake. Alexia.
Despite Alfred not having too many scenes to shine, he's still a great highlight of the game, and that's just not just my opinion. The fandom seems to really like Alfred as well. However, after taking a machine gun to the chest, it's clear that Alfred doesn't have too long to live. So once he crawls over to a mysterious tube and it opens, it reveals Alexia to still be alive. This is a plot twist itself, since the game tries to trick you into thinking Alexia has been dead for several years, and Alfred had gone insane. But she's alive and well, and earlier notes show that Alfred has a deep love for his sister, which yes is incest and yes is disgusting, but it makes this scene all the more powerful, since Alfred has waited years for his sister to return to him, and he's finally able to see her in his dying moments. It's also the score that plays during this scene and the way it's shot that makes it even more tragic. It makes you feel somewhat sympathetic for this unstable psychopath, and that's why this scene takes the number 3 spot. Coming in at number 2 is Chris and Wesker's reunion.
Oh. Still alive?
An organization hired me to capture her.
Wait, you attacked the island. And my sister.
Oh my god, dude, that is insane. That smirk, I love it. And then Wesker ends up creating his own organization. Dude, that is so cool.
Not really much of a complex reasoning as to why this scene made it into the list. Just seeing Chris and Wesker meet face to face after everything that transpired in the first game is just really cool to me. Especially since these two have changed significantly since the last they saw each other. Not only that, but it's also the first we get a really good glimpse of Wesker's new powers. It's just such a cool reunion, and it takes the number 2 spot. Coming in at number 1 is Steve's death.
Dude, what the heck? Oh, that is the hardest thing in the world. Dude.
Now, unlike Alfred, Steve is very divisive. You either love him or hate him. I personally loved him. Even though I played the game, I was aware since the start that Steve eventually died, but I was not expecting it to be done in such a crazy fashion. Once Claire finds Steve, he starts violently mutating, and this is the first time in any Resident Evil game where a character's mutation actually shocked me. And then you're thrown into a crazy chase scene that's pretty terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. However, once Steve is about to kill Claire, he actually stops himself. For the first and only time in the series, the virus is actually beaten. Steve mutates back, and he honestly has such a peaceful death that almost got me to cry. Almost. This scene is just so powerful to me for 4 reasons. 1, Steve's mutation is actually pretty shocking. 2, the virus being resisted is pretty amazing. 3, the track that plays during this scene, Love, is amazing. And 4, Steve's death is just really sad since, like I said, I really liked him. Anyways, this scene comes in number 1. So that was my top 5 favorite Resident Evil Code Veronica X moments. What about you guys? Do you guys like this game? What are some of your favorite moments? And if you hadn't played it, does it look any good? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that concludes all the top 5s for Resident Evil Marathon, and it's been a blast. But I look forward to having more Resident Evil top 5s next year. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Peace everyone.